So with little heat, you can change the shape of thermoplast. But you have thermosets. Okay, it is called thermoset because once it has set, okay, you applying heat to it, what happens? It begins to break. Okay, that one is already set. But thank God, the way God created us, our minds are not like thermosets. Sorry, they're not like yes, they're not like thermosets. They are more like thermoplast. They are malleable. They can be formed and shaped in different ways. You are a product of the belief systems that you have imbibed during throughout these years that you have been alive. Okay? Where you are right now in life, where you are right now is a result of your mindset, is a result of your belief system. Okay? And why is it important for us to check our belief systems? It's because it's your belief system that shapes your thoughts. Okay? The kind of thoughts you have are shaped by the kind of beliefs that you have. And the kind of thoughts that you have shape the kind of feelings you get. And the kind of feelings you get shaped whether you will take action or not. And this business is a business of action. If there are no activities, no money is made. Okay? So the lifestyle you're looking for depends on your level of activity. The money and income you're looking for is solely dependent on the level of your activity. And your activity is shaped by how you feel. If you feel good, you act. Okay? If you're having fun, you will always act. Okay? The reason why you are doing what you are doing is because it feels good. Okay? Whenever something feels good, you want to do it and do it again. But if something feels bad, if something feels, it makes you feel one kind. Even when they are forcing you, you won't want to do it. The reason why some people hate mathematics up to today is the way it makes them feel. Maybe they had a teacher in secondary school that if they make a mistake in mathematics, he will flog them. So, because of that past experience of the flogging they used to have, they completely abandon mathematics. So, anytime they talk about mathematics, they just turn the other way. That goes for other subjects. Okay? So, your beliefs shapes your thoughts shapes your feelings shapes your activity gives you the lifestyle. So instead of us to be talking about activities, to be talking about your income goals, to be talking about how much do you want to earn this month, how much, what would you want to buy with the money, why not we go back to your belief system? That is the root of all of this. Okay? If this business was a tree, what do we have? We have the lifestyle or the money you are expecting. They are the fruits. Okay? When you get a lot in your bank, that is the fruit of this business. Okay? But what produces the fruit? It is the trunk, right? The trunk and the leaf and the branch system. They are what produces the fruits, right? Those are your activities. That's the visible part of this business. When you get a bank alert, you can see it in you can see it in your bank account. That's visible. That's a fruit. It is visible. You can see it. Okay? Your activity, which is the trunk of that tree, it is also visible. Okay? The activities you do We can tell whether this person is doing activity or not. Okay? Those are visible things. But when we get to how you feel, only you know how you feel. Now we are getting into the root system. How you feel. That is solely your, only you know how you feel. There is nobody that can come and tell you, oh, this is it, this is it. You know how you feel. Okay? Your thoughts, nobody can come and judge your thoughts. Nobody knows your thoughts. Only you know your thoughts. And your belief systems are solely yours. Okay? So that if our business was a tree, that is how it is shaped. Your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, they are the root system. And if the root is faulty, if there is a disease in the root, tell me, will that tree bear fruits? If an insect goes and attack the root of a tree, will that tree bear fruits? No, it will not. No, it will not bear fruit. So if you are not making money in this business, it means there's something that is wrong with your roots. Instead of you chasing the money up and down, you're chasing the fruits. You say you want a mango tree, but the fact is you planted cashew. You plant the cashew this year, you get cashew, but you say, I wanted mango. What kind of thing is this? You go and look for another cashew seed. You plant the cashew seed again. And after 2 years, you see cashew fruits. And then you say, I don't want this kind of fruits now. I want mango. Then you go again and you get cashew seeds and you plant again. Tell me, what will you get after 2 years? You're still going to get cashew. There is no way, okay? There is no way you will get another fruit if you don't plant the right fruits. If the roots are not rooted, if the roots are not healthy, there is no way you will get another fruit. So that is why we need to talk about your belief system. Now, before we go into belief system, we must first talk about what shapes your beliefs. What are those things that shape your beliefs? Now, your belief systems are affected by 4 things, maybe 5. Okay? First, your upbringing, your belief about our business, your belief about yourself, your belief about money, your belief about success. There are some of you here, if I start this sentence, I know that you will finish it. And we will find out where this is coming from. If you were small and they told you money doesn't grow on, can you go and complete that statement? Money doesn't grow on, was I the only one who was programmed? Money does not grow on trees. Thank you. Okay. Well, there was this song that was raining. Money slow to enter, money quick to go. Did anybody hear that song? Money slow to enter, money quick to go. Okay? This is programming. Okay? This is programming. The one from the family is maybe you wanted something when you were small and you asked your parents and they said, do you think we plug money from trees? This registered in your head. You were programmed. You didn't know. It's not your fault. Okay? You were programmed. The programming started even then. You have been programmed towards scarcity. So in the mind is, oh, money is hard to get. Money don't grow on trees. So before I find money, I must suffer. If my parents are suffering and they've told me that money don't grow on trees, it means I will suffer before I get money. That is where the programming starts. Okay? The belief systems you have, it's because you've been programmed. And where does this programming come from? It comes from your upbringing, your parents. It comes from the religion, the religious bodies. Okay? Some of them do it in good faith, but they misquote some scriptures and people get it wrong. They tell you that the love of money, they tell you that money is the root of all evil. And the person telling you that money is the root of all evil, he came down from a jeep. Okay? He came down from a jeep. Is it water he used to buy the jeep? But you are being programmed. They tell you rich people are evil. Okay? Don't make friends with any rich person. They will betray you. Rich people are evil. So tell me, if you have it in your subconscious that a rich person is evil, would you want to become an evil person? So even when you want to do these activities, sometimes you start sabotaging yourself. What if I become successful? What if I have the money? Does that mean I become a rich person? Does that mean I become evil? These are the subconscious brainwashing that has been going over time. Another guilty aspect or guilty culprit is the media. There are some of us here, you cannot do without news. I remember my house, 9 p.m., you dare not be anywhere in the house if not in front of the TV listening to news. And tell me, please, I want you to tell me, apart from very few times that the news will come out and there's good news, how many times have you ever had good news from the news? How many times will they tell you that, oh, there's been so and so happening in this place, and people went and they helped people, they gave these philanthropists went and did this and this and this and this and this. Okay? How many times has the news ever told you that this world is a good place? If you were to follow the news, we would have all packed up our bags and left this world and gone to another place. Because every single time it is bad news upon bad news. Israel is bombing Iran. Iran is bombing Israel. And you're getting these feeds. You don't know what it is doing to your subconscious. It is registering. In my house, we stopped watching news about 10 years ago, if not more. We do not watch the news in my house. But I remember as a child, I was brainwashed. They would keep me in the parlor. We must watch the news, whether we like it or not. The media. Now with social media, it's even worse. Whether you like it or not, they are forcing the news into your face, even when you don't want to. Okay, that's why I don't use Facebook that much. Why? Because you can easily be distracted by the news. And because they have your data, I'm talking to you as somebody who has used Facebook as not just as a consumer, but as a creator. Okay? Facebook is a platform for creators. If you're on Facebook and you're chatting your friends and you think Facebook is for you, no. You are a product. Okay? If you're listening to me, you are a product. Facebook is for creators. We are the creators are the one that pay Facebook. Okay, that's where Facebook gets its money from. And wherever a company is getting its money from, that is where its loyalty is. It's not you who is just watching mindless videos and chatting your friends on Facebook. You are a product, you are their product. What do? They sell your information to creators like us. But what we've learned to do is use it in the right way. Okay? We've learned to invite people to the light, to things like the Diamond Project. But what they are doing is you signed up to it, even though you don't know. When you sign up to Facebook, they have terms and conditions, but nobody reads it. Your information is for sale. Okay? So those feeds you are reading, okay, those news you are reading, what are they doing? They are brainwashing you. They already know what you like based on your clicks. Whatever you are clicking on Facebook, they are watching. Okay, they have AI which is watching to see things that you like and things that you don't like. So they push feeds to you. Why is it that you scroll once and you just find something interesting? It is not magic. They've been watching you. Okay, they are watching you and they are giving you what they think you like. Whenever you scroll and you don't click it, they know, okay, he doesn't like this. The next one you scroll to and you stay and you watch for some seconds, you know, okay, he likes this one. So let's give him more of things like that. So what am I saying? You are being brainwashed gradually. Okay, so they push these feeds to you. These things are being registered in your subconscious. You might think, oh, it's just a harmless video. It's just Akin and Popo now. It's a harmless video. Okay? But there is a subliminal message that is being passed. And most times, especially the news feeds, they are always bad news. They are always bad news. And what is the purpose of bad news? To keep you feeling helpless. They give you information they know you can do nothing about. Can any one of us solve the crisis between Israel and Iran right now? No matter how strongly we believe in anything. None of us can solve that crisis. But if you go to your Facebook right now, if you go to social media, you will see the news. Why are you giving me something that I can do absolutely nothing about? It's to keep you in a state of docility, to keep you docile so that you can keep using their content. Okay, you can continue using the Facebook. Okay, they keep selling your details, your data to creators like us, and you become their constant customer. That is just it. Okay, so the news outlet that we used to watch, we used to think, oh, they are doing us a service by informing us what is going on in the world. No, what they were doing, they were working for the advertisers. Those commercials that will go in between. Have you ever seen news those days that they will do without break to do commercials? The commercials they were selling, okay, for the commercials. And the aim was to keep you docile, to do nothing, feel helpless, and use those services they're advertising. Okay? So the moment you begin to wake up to things like that, that's the moment you begin to realize that, this is a game, I'm being played. I must retract. I must withdraw. Okay? So the media houses, I could spend a day telling you the kind of manipulations they do to make sure that you remain their customer. Okay? And it is not the good type of manipulation. They want you to remain docile. That's why they give you information that you can do nothing about. So please, you are here. These are the things that shape your thoughts. Okay? Your belief system. These things you are hearing constantly. They say faith comes by hearing and hearing the word. So even doubt also comes by hearing. It is things that you are hearing and seeing that shape how your beliefs work. So there might be some people here that are thinking, why is he talking about this? I came here to make money, and he's talking about beliefs. But this is something that we must deal with, because you keep wondering, why is it that every year is as if I'm repeating a cycle? Why is it that it's every year, even though I have found this business, but it's as if it's just a circle that is repeating? You are limited by your subconscious mind, your belief system. Okay, and what shapes this belief system? I've told you, your upbringing, the things you heard when you were growing up, the things you saw. There are some people here that saw some things. Maybe the level of poverty just stagnated your thoughts, and you thought, this is the height of what we can ever get to. Okay, so that when you start achieving that mindset, that that programming, that's the word, kicks in, and it starts sabotaging you. You were supposed to prospect today, but what stopped you? You can't say. You don't know what happened. And I wrote down the name. So why did I not make the call? Your mindset, your programming. Until you go back and change that programming. Eric Worre said it best. It's like you want to print something and you type, let's say, boy. You type BOI and then you send it to the printer and it comes out. It's BOI. And then you go to the printed paper and you try to clean it. You clean the I. I say it's supposed to be Y now. You clean it. You go back to the computer and you press print again. What will come out? It's BOI. Until you go back to the computer and correct that mistake. So these are things that we also had to deal with. And the hardest one to deal with is the programming that you get from your upbringing. Because most people think that if I go against what I have had when I was small, then I'm going against my parents. Then it means I don't love my parents. It means I'm a disobedient child. Ladies and gentlemen, any saying that was said to you and it's not serving you right now, you are not going against the person who said it to you. That person who said it to you based on their life experience. You are living a different life, even though that person is your parent, even though it's your mother, your father. You are living a different life. They are living their lives. You are an individual. You are living your own life right now. They said those things to you based on their experience. Maybe somebody said it to them as well, and they don't even know the root of where that thing came from. But because it made sense to them, they said it to you. So tonight, you have to go back and see this thing that I've been holding on to. This one I've been told that rich people are evil. But I can see rich people doing philanthropy. I can see rich people trying to help people. How true are these things that I've been told? Are they true? Because until that thing makes sense to you, okay, you will keep sabotaging yourself. Some of us are here, we don't even think we deserve success. We don't think we deserve to be rich. Whenever you hear the word rich, these people, they don't come again. You see, if riches was bad, I think Abraham would never have been used as an example as a father of faith. I think there are only two people that were mentioned in the Bible and they said they were very rich. Very rich. Okay? And if some people will say, no, it's not rich as in rich in money, or they meant he was rich in righteousness. No. The Bible, as if it knew people like that, will say that. It said he was very rich in cattle and in gold. So they specified for you to know that these material things, he had it, but he still believed in God. So it is possible for you to be rich and still be under God. Those that have been preaching to you that becoming rich means you'll be disobeying God, or rich people will never enter heaven, then let's go and find out, okay, if Abraham really was able to make it. Because the same Bible that said he was rich, when Jesus was telling the story of Lazarus, the poor man, he said he went to Abraham's bosom. Okay, there was a clear difference from the rich man who was in hell and from Abraham, which the same Bible has said that he was very rich. The places they were different. And even in the same passage, it said there is a hedge. No one can cross the other place. So we know clearly that Abraham was not in hell. So how come you've been convinced that if you become rich, you are going to hell? Time will fail me because there are some other misconceptions. Okay? When they say that it was Jesus who said it again, that it is difficult for a rich man to go through the eye of a needle. Sorry, it is difficult for a rich man to go to go into God's kingdom as it is for a camel to go through the eye of a needle. People bring up passages like this to convince you that it is a bad thing to be rich. But you have to look into the context of what was being said. What was the discussion at that time? Somebody came to Jesus and was asking, Master, good master, he said, what good thing must I do to enter the kingdom of God? And Jesus told him, why do you call me good? Okay? So that's a topic for another day. What Jesus was telling him was, if I am good, you are saying you want to do good things. You can't be saying I am good and you are good as well. Okay? Now, it is from that story that the man, Jesus told him, do the commandments. And he said, I have done everyone since from my childhood. So what was this man trying to say? He was trying to lie to Jesus because it is not physically possible to keep all of the commandments. So Jesus touched the one that he knew that this man, you cannot have done this one. Say, go and sell all your possession. Give it to the poor and then come and follow me. Okay? That was not a prescription for every rich man. That was a prescription for that man for lying. It was because he was lying that he had kept everything. What of the one of love your neighbor as yourself? Have you kept it? Can you go and sell all your property? Do you love your neighbor enough to sell all your property and come and follow me? And that was a prescription that he failed. And it was after that Jesus now said it is difficult for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God, just as it is for a camel to go into the eye of a needle. So he wasn't talking about riches as in a rich. He wasn't talking about riches as in money. He was talking about riches in righteousness. Somebody who counts himself over holy. If you go and check the Greek text, the word that was used for riches there, okay, it is not riches as in money. It is riches as in self-righteousness. Me, I am righteous. I can redeem myself. So these are things that have been used over the years, and they have sunk. Some of us believed it hook, line, and center. We didn't go to do the research for ourselves. Okay? I know the Muslims will have their own passages as well. Please, whenever you hear anything that contradicts what has been said before, go and search. Because it is not possible for Jesus to say that rich men will not go to heaven when he himself said that Abraham was in heaven, and Abraham was described as very rich in cattle and in gold. Okay? So please, whenever you hear something that contradicts, just go and do the research. Do the research for yourself to find out how true is this thing. Before I start believing this thing, how true is it? Because most of us have self-sabotaged ourselves even in this business. There are things that you are supposed to do, but because you have believed in a lie, you keep sabotaging yourself. Steps that you are supposed to take to transform your life, transform the lives of people around you, because you've been lied to so many times and you have believed in this lie and you have started living the lie, you sabotage yourself. You tell yourself, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I wish I had time. You don't take action because it makes you feel what? Bad. These thoughts are lying in your subconscious. They are the ones sabotaging you. So when I show this KPI and we see very little activities being done, we see very little results coming out, it is what? Our mindset, our belief system. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in our company? Do you believe in our products? Some of us, with all the testimonies we have heard about this product, some people even have personal testimony. They've used the product and it has helped them. But because of the belief systems that they have, they will still not talk about these things. Okay, tell us your story. Use the product. Please, just leave it. I just thank God it helped me. But just leave it. Your belief system. Your belief system. And until you conquer that belief system, these things are deep-rooted in us. I told you your thoughts, your feelings, and your beliefs. These are your root system. Until you go and dig the roots, okay? Until you go and dig these roots and make sure that you are well-rooted. You are rooted in our system. You are rooted in the products. You are rooted in yourself. You believe in yourself. You tell yourself every time that I am a success. You tell yourself, okay, how do you overcome these beliefs? That's where we're going to now. I've told you where the beliefs come from so that you know how to talk, you know whether you have them or not. The things you were told when you were growing up, the things you heard in church or in the mosque. Okay, this is where you need to go back and do the research. Okay, what are those things I've been told about money? What are those things I've been told about having my own business? What are those things I've been told about network marketing? Yes, network marketing. What are those things I've heard about network marketing? And they are deeply rooted in my head. And I have seen this as a business that is only known entities that do. So I don't want to be seen outside doing network marketing. I don't want anybody to associate me with network marketing. These are the things that you must check, okay? From your upbringing to your religious organizations, your educational system, and the media. Okay? These four things are what influence your belief system. Some of us in school were told we're dullards. Ladies and gentlemen, when I was in primary 2 or primary 3, I used to be one of the backbenchers. Okay? Because I had believed that nothing good can come out of me. Somebody had lied to me that I will not cope in an educational system. So I had given up. So my results were just coming. I was the last people, the backbenchers in this class. Okay. I was those, if there are 30 students, 30 pupils in a class, my position was always 27, 28. Okay. We were rubbing shoulders with those that were doing absolutely nothing. Somebody had sold me that lie. It took the grace of God, okay, for me to see a mentor. So that's why the association, I will come to that. What helps you to overcome these beliefs? I met a mentor. I met somebody that was doing well, and I started following him, okay? A cousin of mine that was doing very well in his school. So I started following him. I was copying, I was shadowing his work ethic. Okay. I will follow him to his house. I will see how he's reading. I will see the activities he's doing. I was shadowing him. And that was how my grades started picking up and picking up. So what are those things that you believe? The same boy that they said will amount to nothing, the same boy that was taking almost last position, within just one session, okay, he came number 2. Within just one term, from almost last position to number 2, you know that something had happened. Okay? So the things you hear, the things you see, things you feel, you experience, they shape the person that you become. But thank God that these things are not permanent. We can revisit them and discard them if they are not serving us. Okay? So how do you discard these things? I've told you the 4 places they come from. So if you go tonight to search, what are you searching? You're searching, what are those things I was told when I was growing up about money, about rich people, about businesses? What are those things that have shaped the person that I have become? Okay? So you are asking yourself, when I was growing up, what did my parents say about money? Did we have a rich uncle? What did they say about that uncle? Did they tell me that that uncle is a wicked man? And is it true that that person is a wicked person? Or it was just their perspective? Because if you took it as that your uncle is rich and he is wicked, you also don't want to become wicked. So invariably, you are pushing away wealth. You are pushing away riches because you don't want to be like that, your rich uncle. I'm talking from personal experience. There are uncles that we had that were told that those people are wicked. And I grew up to find out that there is nobody in our community that has done so much philanthropic work than these same people. So it possibly might have been an issue between my parents and this person, and that person was labeled a wicked person. But the facts at the end of the day went to show that this person is not a wicked person. This person is helping people, he's giving people jobs. So you must revisit your whatever you've been told while you were growing up. You must revisit what you've been hearing from your churches when it concerns money, concerns building a business, concerns network marketing. There are pastors that I know that are preaching against network marketing. There are some imams that I know that are preaching against network marketing, even though we've done the research. In fact, Malam Yadalu came and he laid it out why network marketing is halal, because we deal with profits and not interest. But that's a topic for another day. Okay? So, what you've been told by the media, what you've been told by your schools, the media and the school, those ones, they deal with your self-esteem. Your self-esteem. And even sometimes, money, they always want to paint rich men as bad. Okay? When they are talking about Elon Musk, they will be putting some shades so that you think, oh, all rich men are evil. Oh, Bill Gates, he sponsored COVID. All these are registering in your head. If rich people are evil, I don't want to be rich. These are things that you have to go and revisit. Revisit these things. How true are these things? Even if it is true, how does it affect me? If he's evil. That does not affect me. I am not evil. Okay? I am a child of God. I'm made in God's image. And God is not a poor man. God is not poor. And your being poor does not serve anybody. I know that whether you're rich or poor does not determine whether you go to heaven or not. But your being poor does not serve anybody. On the other hand, when you have resources to dispense, you can do God's work more effectively. You can do those things that you are expected to do more effectively. You can fulfill purpose more effectively. Okay? So, media and education, they deal with your self-esteem. There are some people here that your teachers have told you since from nursery school or primary school, you will never amount to anything. You've been told you are a dullard, you don't know anything. Get out of here, you don't know anything. It might seem like it wasn't serious, but those things, they register. They are there in our subconscious. That is why whenever you come to learn something new, you say, hey, but you know me, this thing is too difficult for us. Please, take it easy with us. You've been programmed. You are made in God's image. You are intelligent. You are smart. You get things easily because you were created in His image. Those things you've been told are lies. Those are lies. Somebody call it identity. Are you believing in your identity, or are you believing in the identity that people have sold to you? Okay? So check those things. And then we move to how do you now overcome these things? If you've identified them, okay, I can now see this is where the problem lies. This is where the problem is. This is where the problem is. How do you start removing those things? Okay? First of all, you have to, like we said, you have to identify that those things are present, that there is a subconscious mechanism that is controlling your destiny right now. Okay? There is a subconscious, there are things that have been placed inside your subconscious that are controlling what results you are getting right now. And what do? You go and you remove them. But you know what the scripture says about removing, about casting out a demon? It's not just about demons, it's about ideologies as well. Okay? When you cast out a demon and you don't replace that empty room with anything, what happens? The demon goes to the desert. It wanders around and it takes seven other demons which are even more wicked than it. And what do? They come back and they dwell in that house. So you identifying these things and removing them and saying this is not me does not do it. You must fill yourself with something new. And how do you fill yourself with something new? You must change the kind of information you get. Okay? You must change the kind of information you get. Examine your day. What kind of information am I feeding myself with? Am I just entertaining myself and not learning anything? Am I building myself in knowledge? Every video I watch, every book I read, am I just entertaining myself or am I filling myself with knowledge? So there are three doors. There are three doors which you take out these ideologies, and there are three doors which you can bring in these ideologies. One is your ears, what you hear. There are some of you today, you have to disassociate yourself with some people. There are people that you see every time they are talking about people. Every time they are talking about other people. If you have friends that all they do is talk about other people. Mr. Joseph, Pastor Joseph, did you see what Sister Amaka did yesterday? She went and she slept with so person's husband. You must disassociate yourself with people that only talk about other people. And then who should you associate yourself with? You must associate yourself with people who discuss ideas. Okay, how can we do this so that we'll get these results? What program should we organize so that this and this and this will happen? Okay, what should we do so that we'll get these results? People who are discussing ideas, not people. I quickly disassociate myself with people who every time we talk, they're talking about other people. Oh, this person did this person did that. Did you see what this person did? This person, if you're not bringing solutions and ideas, soon you just call me. You think it's on busy. I'm not answering because I have seen that that is the kind of person you are. You're just discussing people. You're not discussing ideas and solutions. And there are other people, every time it's just problem. Okay, let's talk about solutions. I don't have a solution. But have you seen the problem? Everybody can tell a problem. Okay, even a child, a toddler knows a problem when they see one. Only leaders bring solutions. Okay, so you must disassociate yourself from people that talk about other people and only problems. All they see is what is wrong. They never see what is right, and they never provide solutions to things that are wrong. They will tell you, describe the problem for you. They will analyze it. They will tell you the ingredients, what caused it, and all of that. Where's the solution? Okay. We'll see what we'll do about it. Solutions, solution-driven. So before you even bring a problem, think of the solution first. Before you speak about a problem, think of the solution. The discussion I have with my children is everybody can see a problem, but only leaders see solution. So before you bring a problem to me as my child, you must have thought of a solution. So you analyze the problem, beautiful. When you finish analyzing the problem, you profile a solution. And if it makes sense, I'll say go and implement. So these are the kind of people you should be talking to. Okay? These are the kind of people you should be associating yourself with. I said 3 ways to get things or ideas into you: your eyes, your ears, and your feelings. Okay? Your eyes, your ears, and your feelings. Your ears, very important. That's why I was saying very important who you are talking to. Your eyes, very important what you are watching. Okay? because we are people, we're, I won't say we're not animals, but as human beings, we are impression driven. We judge most times by what we see. And if all that you see is negativity, your decisions are going to be always going towards the negative side. Okay? So you cannot control what happens to you when it comes to feeling, but you can always control how you respond. When something happens, you don't control that thing that has happened. We were all together last week, about for 20 days, myself and my son were in the hospital. Okay, even Dr. Berkisu, there are some things we did together. She didn't know I was we were doing brand launches for people. She didn't know I was in the hospital. I cannot control the fact that my son got ill, but how I react to that thing matters a lot. If I just say, God, with all that I'm doing for people, you still allowed infection to enter my son. Why now? How? I would have become discouraged. Okay, I wouldn't have done the activities, and there might have been people. There are people that came into this business while I was in the hospital. There are destinies that will be changed because of the activities I did, even when I was in the hospital. But if I had allowed my emotions to take charge, and I continued asking God, why are these things happening to me? I would have missed out of a lot of things. Okay, so you don't control what happens to you, but how you respond is totally under your control. Totally under your control. If things happen and you just burst out, you busted out. It is not the things that happen to you. There are people that have gone through what you are going through, and they kept their calm, and they kept trusting in God, and they kept walking. They kept doing the right thing, and they got results. So your ears, your eyes, and how you respond to whatever happens to you. So, what are you filling yourself with? You're filling yourself with things that grow you, things that make you better. Okay? Things that tell you about how to become self-disciplined, things that tell you about how to grow emotionally, how to become a better person, how to stretch yourself, how to become better. These are the things you should be listening to edify yourself. Because if you remove this, the programming that has been placed, and you don't put a new program in there, that old program, it will go and bring its friends. So, and with the age that we're in right now, all of these things are waiting out there for an empty space. All these are ideologies. They are waiting for an empty space. They will infiltrate your mind. They will infiltrate your mind. And once they've entered, it is very, very difficult to get them out. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope I did not bore you with all this that I've said, but that today you go back and sit down. You look at your result first. Am I happy with these results that I've gotten so far? Do I like these results? I've been in this business for 6 months. I've been in this business for 1 year. I've been in this business for 2 years. Am I happy with these results? Can I do better? Your results are a direct reflection of your belief system. Your belief in yourself, your belief in our business, your belief in our products. If any of them has a problem, your results will also have a problem. If your result has a problem, trace it to any 3 of these. Either you don't believe in yourself, or that you don't believe in our business, or you don't believe in our products. Because if you believe in yourself and don't believe in our business, what does that mean? It means you are ashamed of network marketing. You are ashamed of the business that we do. There is nowhere on earth that you will go ahead and talk about this business. If you don't believe in our product, you might believe in the business, but if you don't believe in the product, what happens? Okay? Yes, you believe in network marketing, but you don't believe that the products are doing what they are doing, even with the stories that is going out. You will never prospect anybody because the belief is not there. And then the biggest one is you don't believe in yourself. That one, there will never be any action. You will never do anything. So I hope I did not bore you with this training this evening. Okay? I hope that somebody learned one thing. Okay? And that you go and you start changing your belief system. And one thing that I use to detect somebody's belief in our system is your number of accounts. If you have small number of accounts, you have small belief in this business. Who are the people that stay in this business? Most people who come with one account, they don't stay long because that's the size of their belief. Okay? My own litmus test is how many accounts you have. If you have a lot of accounts, it means you've invested in this business. Your mind has started coming into the business. If you have one account, they even gave me product self. What are these people talking about? I beg, leave me alone. So that's why we always encourage you to upgrade your account. It increases your belief in the system. It increases your belief in our business. Okay? Where your treasure is, there your heart will be. If you have the capacity to do more than the accounts that you have and you're not doing it, you will still come and quit this business. Okay? Put your treasure here so that your mind will be here. And then you can build. Okay? We're not saying go and quit your job. But when your treasure is here, even when you're doing your job, you'll be thinking, how many people will I be prospecting today? How many follow-up do I need to do today? Because your treasure has been kept here. Okay? So we are far behind schedule. If you go